the playoff seeding and the bracket is getting pretty close to being set. There really isn't that much we have to see in order to kind of see where things kind of end up. But the Lakers did their job, and they beat the Rockets last night. And this puts them in a position to run out the season. I think they pretty much locked up their spot. They're going to finish third in the West. So they pulled off the victory 140-109. After dominating the the Houston Rockets for most of the game, they were able to secure some pretty high-scoring quarters. First quarter, 38 points. Second quarter, 40 points. You kind of knew the direction of the game. You kind of knew what it was going to be. The Houston Rockets didn't play all their guys, and they've been resting them. And it kind of makes sense because they've already secured and locked up the second spot. The Lakers shot 61% from the field. From three-point, they shot 51%. So they did a nice job shooting the ball. And then when it came to the rebounding side, which is something I always monitor, they were +5 in total rebounding. And then in terms of the offensive glass, the edge actually went to the Rockets +3. But where the Lakers always will be kind of either their kryptonite or the reason they can win games is whether or not they take care of the ball. 12 turnovers for the Lakers tonight. The Rockets had 18. That is a clear distinction in the ability to take care of the ball. Looking at some of the individual scoring output, Jeff Green played for the Rockets, got 6 points, in starting duty. Not great. Jock Landale scored 8 for them. Jalen Green only 7 points in 15 minutes of action. Then he got benched. Reed Shepard scored for 14. You just didn't get much points from your starting guys. The Rockets didn't play several of their key players. And, that's good for the Lakers. They get to secure and lock up their third seeding. Aaron Holiday, 11 off the bench. Nate Williams, 12 off the bench. Again, the main guys for the Rockets really didn't play. For the Lakers, it was the opposite. They played their guys. Rui Hachimura, 16 points. LeBron, 14 points in 22 minutes. They gave him a lot of rest in the game, which is good. He's an older player, needs to be ready to go for the playoffs. That's going to be their measuring stick for the Lakers. It's not about where you finish in the regular season for them. They want to make a playoff run. They want to get a deep playoff run. I'm sure their goal initially is to get to the Western Conference Finals. All right, 7 points from Jackson Hayes, 39 from Luka. He was 5 of 9 from 3. We don't say that often, where he shoots well from 3. So that is a very welcome sign if you're a Lakers fan. He also threw in 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Did have 4 turnovers, but he did have a steal. Austin Reeves, 23 points to supplement the scoring. And then off the bench, daily fantasy sports, Dorian Finney-Smith was fantastic. 18 points on 6 of 9 shooting, 6 of 8 from 3, and he had 3 blocks. That's a really nice little boost from your bench. But not much else. I think Bronny got in the game at the end, made a shot. I think it might have been a 3. Dalton Knecht got into the game in the last few minutes. Not much there. Jordan Goodwin off the bench, 23 minutes, got 3 points, right? So, Gabe Vincent didn't do much either, but, most of that help, I think, was coming from DFS. Now it's time to kind of look at how things are shaping up for the Lakers as they have, I think, one more game, but they've basically secured the third spot. I think the Nuggets have already finished. Do they have one more game? Maybe the Nuggets have one more game. If the Nuggets have one more, I guess I have to look at their record to see what they have left. The Nuggets are right behind the Lakers. The Clippers, I think they have one more game as well. I think the Rockets do. It's the Warriors, I think, have 2 games. 1 or 2 games. Okay, so most of these teams have 1 game left. There's going to be a little bit of movement potentially because the Nuggets and the Clippers have the same exact record. I don't know about the tiebreak between them. And then the Warriors and the Wolves have the same exact record. So there could be movement between them as well. But I think the Lakers are golden. I'm not sure what they have to do in their next game. If there is one, I have to look at their schedule. But as of right now, you're looking at the Thunder at 1, the Rockets at 2. They're secured in their spots. We're unsure about who the 7th seed is going to be because you got the Wolves and the Grizz right there. And then, so they're in the play-in. And then you have the Kings and the Mavericks currently in the play-in on the other side of the bracket. But you have the OKC Thunder and then the Rockets at the 1 and 2. And then currently, you have the Lakers that would be matched up as the 3 seed playing against the Warriors, who are currently at the 6 seed. Now, if the Lakers end up with that seed, and they end up with that matchup, that's a very tough first-round matchup. The Warriors are going to be a very difficult challenge for the Lakers because the Lakers are one of the most inconsistently, just defensively, they're very up and down. You're going to get some games where they play very well on defense, and there's some games it's just atrocious. So if you get 3 or 4 games where the Lakers are getting exploited defensively, and they're slow and lethargic, or they're not closing out on threes, the Warriors are going to make them pay. And you have a very active offense. There's a lot of movement. So guys like DFS, guys like Gabe Vincent are actually going to be really important in that series. Austin Reeves not only will be asked to score, he's going to be asked to defend. They're going to look to get Luka in switches, right? They're going to look to get LeBron in action. They're going to look to get those guys having to move and then look for easy shots. And they got guys like Podziemski. They got guys like Steph, Moses Moody, who can hit some shots. But I think also when you look at the dynamics of the Warriors offense, Jimmy makes good decisions with the ball. Draymond is a facilitator. And Jonathan Kuminga might be an X factor, because who is going to be trying to neutralize him in his opportunities when he's looking to score the ball? You know, if it's LeBron having to defend him, is he going to keep pace with him? We've seen LeBron fade at the end of games and playoff games when you got to log 40, 42 minutes, sometimes 44 minutes. And I'm talking about games where LeBron faded at the end 3 years ago and 2 years ago in the series against the Nuggets. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just talking about last year. We've seen that trend for a few years. Luka is going to have to carry. Austin Reeves, for moments, is going to have to carry. It cannot all just be on LeBron, and I really hope LeBron doesn't really make it all about himself either. LeBron will have his moments. There will be moments where LeBron will have to score. Now, so that's the matchup against the Warriors. The other matchups that could be in play, I guess potentially could be the Clippers, right? I guess it could be the Nuggets if they move back. Again, I have to kind of look at it. I guess we'll just wait for after the next game in the season to wrap up, and we'll know kind of where things shake out. But good game, good finish for the Lakers. They got their one last matchup, I believe. I'm going to quickly take a look at the schedule. And they've got a game against the Nuggets. So that actually is going to be a meaningful game, because they both want to improve their position. Excuse me, that matchup between the Nuggets and the Rockets. So then the Nuggets are actually going to be in a good situation, I think, to be in control of their destiny. We'll see how it all plays out. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next video.